Hey, welcome back into today's video. I come bringing gifts in the form of a mass manipulator. Well, Creepshow Art is who we're talking about today. I'm pretty sure that's the name. It turns out that her Google Doc from her last video that was pretty much the script for the entire video, well, there was a rough draft version of this. I've seen a couple creators talk about this, and we're gonna briefly go over it and the parts in it that mentioned me, and we're gonna talk about something else, something that is a little bit more on the serious side and has to do with Dahvie Vanity. You're not gonna want to miss this. Also, if I'm a little bit off, I am using a new camera. It's, well, tell me what you think about it. If you're completely unfamiliar with the situation, I did make a video detailing exactly what happened. I'll put it in the link below. I've also made other videos that have been kind of keeping up with the situation as it's progressed. I will be putting all these videos in a playlist and linking them in the pinned comment below. But to summarize for anybody that's new, Creepshow Art is a YouTuber, or was a YouTuber, and she was canceled for being exposed for being a two-faced manipulator, lying. I mean, the lies are upon another level. And the rabbit hole on this situation just keeps getting deeper. It's literally like I fell down the rabbit hole to the Wonderland of the Alice in the Wonderland. Now, about 2 weeks ago, she released a video, The Lies of Emily Artful, with evidence. This was a video response to Emily Artful, who made a video on her that exposed her for stalking Emily. This wasn't a normal situation. The situation was increased tenfold because the amount of people that Creepshow Art herself knew. She had her hands in multiple situations throughout the internet, and some, which we're going to talk about later, she compromised, and I believe that she made worse. Now, this video, in my opinion, absolutely should not be on the internet because it's borderline doxing and 100% creepy. She goes through the past life of Emily before she was a public figure, bringing up topics and situations when she was 13, 14, and 15 years old. She brings up her past substance dependency issues and talks about that. I mean, the things, it goes back to 7th grade. It's wild. The first comment says, "I'm not a stalker. I've just been collecting information about her for over a decade and can describe her childhood bedroom." That pretty much describes what this video is and why it shouldn't be on the internet. In a pinned comment, it links a Google Doc, and this Google Doc is in fact the entire script for the video. But just a few days ago, another script for this video, well, it was found and it was effectively leaked. Now, in this, some of the things, I'm not going to go through it all. Actually, I'll put it in the pinned comment so you guys can check it out. But some of the things were worded a lot more, for lack of better words, meaner than the video that she released. Some of these things included words that she said about me, which I'm going to talk about. Something else, we're going to get into this, but basically Amy is supposedly a girl named Stephanie who signs her name as Amy. Now, the part that speaks specifically about me is in reference to the Rewired Soul situation, saying they lashed out at creators critiquing Chris. They lashed out at people defending him. If you were present at that time, you would remember that one person who was critical of Chris ended up getting, while another had a welfare check called on them. Repzilla was hated by extension for this, and the fact that he's seemingly forgotten this is insane, because he was there and won't shut up about how Primink ruined his life. I don't have a clue why she would change her number. None of us did.
But Repzilla, that tweet saying he doesn't know why I did that is gold, especially because of the fact that he went through this with Primink, something he never shuts up about. Literally, he never shuts up about Primink. But A+ work, my guy. I would say don't think too hard, but you clearly haven't.
What did I go through?
Saying you went through this with Primink, I guess being canceled, you were canceled, and
Oh, is she talking canceling?
but you didn't change your phone number because of Primink, did you? No, you didn't.
Oh, no, nobody's got my phone number.
Yeah, so it's not really connected. I think she's just looking for like a reach to kind of slap that back to you and saying you never shut up about Primink.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes I just like to talk about him. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where she got that. I think that she's probably looking for anything that she can say about each of us, whether it's got any
credibility to it or not. I think she's just trying to like hurt.
Trying to seek out like something.
Just looking for anything that she can. That's what it seems like to me.
I believe she is trying. It's not just me. It's other people involved, like Tipster, Edwin, Ashley Lily, Repzilla. I think she's trying to talk about things and bring up things she thinks hurts us, whether it's true or not. She said Ashley Lily doxed her phone number. That didn't happen. She said Tipster doxed her husband. That didn't happen. She said that Repzilla reached out to her crying. That didn't happen. This other part I want to talk about says, thank you Repzilla for his tweet stating I changed my number, as if he didn't know why I had to. Really love how that opened the door for some other scaly lizard to allegedly catfish others as me. Guess what? I didn't reach out to anyone. No one has my phone number because I don't trust any of you. I have no idea what she's talking about. I, in fact, went back to mine and her Instagram DMs and I checked it to make sure this conversation never happened. The only tweet I could find says, I will be talking about Creepshow Art Shannon this week, most likely on Friday if I feel mentally up to it. I decided after she went ghost on me and the rest of her friends, it also seems she may have potentially blocked us and changed her number. This to me is a lie because I think she's trying to put across to her audience that none of us had her number, which is absolutely not true. We all had her number, and we all, you know, when you're texting somebody on iPhone, it's a blue color. Well, when it went green, we were like, okay, well, she's either blocked us or changed her number. And again, on the script that she did post publicly, of course, none of this is here. And she took out the part about the tweet entirely. So now let's talk about the Amy part. So essentially, Amy is supposed to be this girl that is Creepshow Art's Shannon's first stalker. Originally, Shannon said that Amy was not her real name and that was just a name that she was using to protect her identity. And in this community post, it says, a couple years back, I made a video about how I was stalked for 8 years by a woman called Amy. That's not her real name because I was protecting her identity. And then in Shannon's own video, she shows an email that's signed from Amy. So if you haven't been keeping up, she said that Amy was not a real name and was just to protect the identity, but she signs her name as Amy. I know that's confusing. Well, in the other version of the script, she says her name's Stephanie. Amy is the name I gave to the girl who used to harass me online, whose real name is Stephanie, who I originally met on stardoll.com. So of course this isn't in the one that she put out publicly, but think for a second what that means. That means that there's this girl named Amy who goes by Stephanie that signs her name as Amy. And the reason why it's relevant between the situation between Shannon and Emily is because Emily said that, or believed that Shannon's story about Amy was actually her, and that she was using the name Amy because it was so close to the name Emily. Creepshow Art was trying to show that this was not the case, but honestly, it's likely the case. Now, it's pretty obvious at this point in time in our lives that Creepshow Art is dishonest, a manipulator, and a liar. I don't think anybody's surprised by the new things that are coming out. It's just more of a solidification.
Solidify.
But it turns out the situation has gotten worse because I found out that during the Dahvie Vanity situation that she may have lied about help that she said that she was going to give. Over on Twitter, Ashley Lily tweets, one of the last times Creepshow and I talked, she'd been stringing me along about how she was contacting big creators to boost the investigation into Dahvie and told me that Kendall Ray on YouTube was too busy to help, wondering if that was true or another way to make someone else look bad. I'm honestly just assuming it was another, look at these people I know. I've got so many connections, and she never actually tried to reach out. It made me sad for a long time, but it's starting to feel like she just didn't want to put in the work she offered. Anyway, if any creator wants to boost the investigation again since the FBI is not doing anything, honestly, I'm behind that. It's been far too long and something needs to happen in this situation. Like, we all worked so hard together. And I was also in a situation where I talked to Shannon about this. We'll get to that in a second. Kendall Ray tweets, nope, this is a complete lie. She's unreal. Vomit emoji. Going on to say, wow, are you serious? I talked to her maybe once, very briefly, and I know nothing about the case or who Dahvie is. She's just full of lies. It's truly mind-blowing how fake she is. Going on to say she was friendly to me the one time we talked. I hate when people I thought were nice just end up being assholes. And then that made me realize all the times that I talked to Shannon about this situation and checked in to see if she knew what was going on, that she was likely also lying. It put me in wait mode. Like, she made me feel like something else was going to happen, and then I had to wait off for a second to see. Over on the Repzilla Twitter, I said, it needs to be known that Shannon Creepshow Art also told me very similar things about the Dahvie Vanity case as Ashley Lilly, that alluded she was going to give more help. We all worked together to do our best. Now I feel like she was using it as emotional leverage for her career. Ashley quote tweets, I think it's important to note that her and Tamimi came together to figure out how to contact the FBI initially. But it's clear that she was performative in her assistance and, as a lot of you have said, wanted emotional leverage against everyone. It's really sad. She was not obligated to help in any way. I didn't ask her for anything ever. She always offered things to an extreme level and would promise she'd do them even if I declined help. The point is, why lie? Why act like you're going to do these things if you have zero intentions to actually follow through? Is it to mess with everyone's head and make them believe you're a selfless person because you know you're one of the most selfish, narcissistic people out there? And Tamimi responds, I mean, now that I think of it, I don't want to sound nitpicky and try to go after every detail, but really what Shannon did was tell me the website that I can report it to the FBI, and I was the one who did it. I don't think she ever contacted the FBI about anything Dahvie related. Don't get me wrong, to this day I'm still extremely grateful that she showed me how to do it, but I don't think she contacted them herself about the Dahvie issue specifically, just in case she ever said that she did. This was a situation that meant a lot to me. I was very invested into it and did a lot of work on it. I feel like Shannon's presence in this situation could have made things worse, and I don't even know the impact that it had directly, but I feel like maybe this is something that we should get people talking about again, because there needs to be justice in that situation. That being said, do your own research, form your own opinions, because that's what we do here on this channel. And thank you to my patrons. Really appreciate your guys' continued and ongoing support. If you'd like to get your name at the end of my videos like the rest of these cool people, then you can click the link in the pinned comment. Check it out, see if it's something for you. I'm also putting the video right here at the end here. This is the interview of Ashley and her friend talking about the Dahvie Vanity situation. If we can get more people to click this, more people will we'll put more people in the algorithm, and that's what we want from this situation. So other than that, this might be the new outro. Not sure. We'll see. But remember that this channel loves you.